Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the CDL podcast channel. In this episode today, it's my favorite episode to do. We're doing our Major 1 predictions. If you guys enjoy this one, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on the audio platforms, drop a follow, drop a 5-star review. It's my favorite episode to get into. We'll start off. We usually like to spend a little bit less time talking about the past weekend of matches because episode's more focused on the Major going forward, the important matches, is what I always say. But we'll talk about some of the matches from this past weekend because there was some impactful stuff that happened in terms of seeding for the Major. This is one of the crazier, seeding like finishes I can remember for online split because of the fact that like it was so close across the board. Like usually, like I feel like 3 and 4 in the past couple years was like a guarantee, or like if you were like one game under 500, it was guaranteed. We had a couple teams miss winners bracket at 3 and 4 because so many people had like weird results in their matches, winning, losing, whatever. Um, Brad, your boys missed out on the winners bracket. Miami at 3 and 4.
Shambles.
Boston at 3 and 4 also missed out. Those were the two teams. And I saw like a tweet that said like if you look at the second place team down to the 11th place team, it was only a 3 map win difference, which is crazy. I wonder when the last time that happened in the CDL was in the split. That even looking like if you look at Thieves and Optic, they both won 14 maps. Miami and Boston are in losers with 15 map wins. Miami and Boston won more maps than Optic and Thieves did, but they're down in losers because Optic just won the maps all in enough matches to actually close them out, and they won 4 matches. Because I don't know, it's just weird. Those two teams, they won 15. Like you're looking at like a team like Gentlemates who won 18. Even they are only separated by 5 maps from the 11th place team, and then Vancouver
Yeah.
sticks out like a sore thumb with 4 map wins. Um,
Oh, good.
Also, how down bad is Cloud9? They have the same amount of series wins as Vancouver, but they won 9 more maps. They just couldn't close out a
Yeah.
single series. They won 2 maps like every series they
Unlucky.
played.
They literally have no eyes.
Yeah. But
It's a
just
nice
a
proc.
quick standings update. We'll jump into the matches. You guys can see it on the screen. Kick off the weekend. I've got the Optic versus Carolina Royal Ravens match. I guess at the time of this match, a little bit of a surprising result. We saw Carolina get a couple of wins on the board before this with Exceed, but we, unsure how to take it because they didn't beat like any crazy teams. Um, and even though Optic had some struggles, we kind of still figured, they're Optic. A lot of us thought they'd take out Carolina, but they do not. And honestly, pretty convincing fashion for Carolina. Optic takes the map 1. Carolina rolls off 3 straight. Specifically, like the last 2 respawns were really like the overload. Carolina just kind of dominated. And the hard point again, they beat them by 120 points. Like Brad, we'll let you go first. Your boy Nero had a pop off series. I mean, we see them beat Thieves later in the weekend, but Carolina impressing and Optic just I don't know, something weird going on. They just do not look like the Optic we know since Mercules has been on the roster.
Dude, Nero, I think I literally texted you this. I'm like, I want this Nero back when Legion still existed. I wanted this Nero on there. Dude, I just love like Nero is probably one of my favorite players to watch. Because he's kind of like a gamble. You never know what you're really gonna get out of him that day, or that match even, or even that map. It's just I don't know. He's electric. The whole team. I mean, the chemistry is just nuts for this team. They're just playing so well together. Like, I love watching the Scump podcast because they are, or no, the Scump podcast, the Scump watch party, just because like they break down the game just in more ways than like I would think about it. And like they were talking about like on the Blackheart, they were like setting each other up so well for trades. And if obviously if one doesn't die, then perfect. But the other guy is there for the trade. I mean, the teamwork's off the charts for this team. They will need Nero to have some pop off moments in the major though. So I'm a little worried about that. But if Nero is if he can play like he did in that match, watch out, league, because Carolina Royal Ravens, they might be the Himothy. You know what I'm saying?
They got and they drew. I mean, they're playing really well, but they drew a tough bracket. They get Thieves round 1,
Yeah.
and if they win, they have to play the winner of Carolina or not Carolina, the winner of Toronto and Gentlemates. So they have a very tough draw. Like if Carolina makes it into winners finals, that's a hell of a feat because LA Thieves are no slouch. And then regardless of who it is, Koi or Gentlemates, if they do win, like those are also 2 very good teams.
Mhm.
But yeah, like you said, I think it's something like Brock and I were talking about it a little bit last week. I remember we kind of were bouncing back and forth on this idea. Is like Carolina plays with like one of my number one rules of COD. It's like if you're gonna hit something, hit it together. Like
Mhm.
just play
Together.
fast, play together, just like go. Because if even if it's the wrong play, if all four of you are doing it together, like you're probably gonna at least be successful in that wrong play and maybe parlay it into like a good play after that. Like Carolina just plays with such a controlled chaos of just like pushing everything together and just like it's pretty impressive for a team that doesn't have a lot of time together. Like this isn't a team that has been together since the offseason. Like
Mhm.
Exceed was a pickup just a few weeks ago. And they seem like they've
Yeah.
been playing together for years at this point. Like their teamwork's insane.
And genuinely, like that's how a team like this has to play when you don't have like necessarily the star power of some of these other teams, like Koi, like Gentlemates, like Optic. The teams like that. They don't have that superstar roster like the Thieves, so they have to play together. And this is like perfect. This is what every one of those teams that doesn't want to spend money. This is exactly what they want like their low budget teams to play like.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And I don't know, Brock, I want your thoughts on Lurks and Praise specifically. Like I feel like they struck gold with their young pickups. Like they took the gamble as you should, especially an organization like Brad just mentioned that isn't really paying a lot. Like they're not going to get the big names that we all know are like superstar players. They have to take chances. Like they did exactly what you should do and picked up
Mhm.
a talented player on a lower budget in Nero. We know he has like a high ceiling. And then they picked up Lurks and Craze, who are like everybody's hyping them up in challengers, like they're very talented. Like and to me, like that's the big thing with this team. Obviously, Exceed comes in and changes a lot for them. But for me, the big thing like that I notice is like it's Craze and Lurks. Like they get this whole thing going with just like the talent of those young subs, like just coming through.
Yeah. The playing very fast. And honestly, I've heard of Craze, but really not much out of the lurks, and he's been very impressive to say the least.
Yeah, somebody added me on Twitter when I was talking. I like tweeted something about like Craze and Lurks are like really good, and um, somebody added me on Twitter and they're like, if you had to pick between the two, who's rookie of the year, or like who's gonna win rookie of the year? And I was like, I said Lurks because I just think
I agree.
Lurks numbers wise is gonna look better because he's been a little bit better in respawn.
Yeah.
Craze has been like unbelievable in search and destroy, but doesn't have as crazy of numbers in respawn. Whereas Lurks has been like awesome in respawn, and typically like when you go for awards, like if you're a really good respawn player, it's going to weigh more than a search and destroy player, just because your numbers are probably going to look better because obviously there's less kills to be had in search and
Hmm.
destroy, less damage to be had, all that stuff. But yeah, man, I like what Brad said too. Like this team does have to have a lot of teamwork because like at the end of the day, like I talent for talent, like against like a team like Thieves or Gentlemates or even Optic when they're clicking, like I don't know that Carolina can go, talent for talent with them. But like they have enough talent that if their teamwork is really, really clicking and they play well on a day, like you can see them beat teams like Optic, although, Optic isn't really clicking right now. Um, Carolina, they're really good. I mean, we'll talk about them a little more when we talk about the Thieves match, but I guess your thoughts on Optic is it's the only match we get to talk about them for this weekend, and it just like something like flipped for this team. We talked about it earlier in the year. Like their subs all year have just not huke and shottzyy have just not been playing well, but they were still clawing wins early in the season. And then like we were kind of like, okay, like they're getting wins. It's nice to see them winning without huke and shottzyy playing well, but like, you know, we would like to see those two step up or it's gonna get ugly and they're gonna start to lose some matches when they play some teams, that are playing better. And, they lose to Thieves, who at the time were not playing well. And they lose to Carolina, who are kind of a red hot team right now. But I don't know. Like Optic just doesn't. They don't look like they're playing together. They just don't look. They don't look like the Optic we know.
Yeah.
They just don't look very good.
Probably don't.
They,
I
they've
remember.
been,
Go ahead, bro.
I'll say they've been kind of relying on, like Merc to just kind of go
Yeah,
crazy
and
while
he's been
Shotzzy and
playing
Hook are just
well.
struggling.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
I remember seeing this clip on Twitter about like Dashy saying like Mercules finally like spoke up to him and he said like something about like this is unacceptable and he said that to Dashy and like sure like on stream Dashy kind of like brushed it off as like and he played it off as a joke and stuff but like I think, I mean, I think it's good to see, like, because obviously Mercules is a star in this league. He is extremely talented. I mean, you can argue he's the best player in the league. I mean, that's probably pushing it, but easily top three, top five. And, like, it's good to see him kind of starting to take a leadership role. But also, it's like, at what point is the energy going to pick up? Because I mean, time after every single optic match, I feel like we just hear comms are dead. We hear the listen in, and just there's no energy. Like every single team wants to beat the champs. You're back to back world champs. You should, I mean, you should be playing with a little fire. You're defending your crown, and it's just like they've done it already, and then they have no ambition to do it again. Like there's no fire under this team, and like dare I say they're lacking passion. Um, I mean, we know shottzyy. I mean, he's one of the most talented players in the league. He can pick it up at any point, but like when? And we just need to see that. I mean, obviously, Land's a different beast. Hopefully, they'll pick it up from there. Maybe they're relying. They don't care about online matches because they have the chemistry. But honestly, right now, it doesn't seem like they have the chemistry. They're all playing seemingly individually. And like what we were talking about with Carolina, they play so well together that they're winning matches because of that. Like, what's that quote about hard work beats out talent when talent doesn't work hard? Like, I feel like that's very much the situation of Optic right now. And I mean, I have no idea what to do about this team right now.
I I do think like they're playing poorly right now, but this does feel like one of those teams that also like they won champs, they won EWC, they had a long off season, and it feels like a team that might be kind of like knowing the players in this team. It feels like a team that might be kind of in like, man, can we just get to LAN? I feel like that's what LA Thieves were in their match against Carolina after Thieves, get their win earlier in the weekend, um,
Mhm.
to secure their winners bracket spot. Then their match against Carolina, I mean, they don't obviously a win is good, but they don't technically need a win to secure winners. Feels like a team like Thieves maybe rests a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, just get us to land, man," and we'll talk about that when we get to their series. But I feel like this Optic team is a team that could just like, I mean, they play what phase right in the first round, so they have a very tough matchup. Or no, they play Falcons. They play Falcons,
Falcons.
so they have a tough matchup. Falcons look really good right now; they're red hot. But like, I feel like Optic is a team that like they could just hit land and just reset, and like all of a sudden they come out that first hard point and they have like a close win where somebody gets a big two piece at the end to win the game, or they blow them out, like they just win the map. It's just like they're in front of their home crowd, they're in Texas, obviously, like pretty much everywhere is a home crowd for them. The crowd's gonna be roaring, the green wall chants are gonna be out. Like I have a feeling they're gonna gain some momentum on land. It's just like teams like this, that's how it goes. Like I don't think huke and shottzyy just magically suck at this game. um
Right.
and I think Dashy and Merc are like also good players in this game. Like I don't know. I think things could click on land, and if they don't after this weekend, I'll be a little more. I have my eye on them to be concerned, but I'm not fully concerned yet. If they go out and bomb out this weekend, then I'll be like, okay, what's going on?
Right.
I'm just trying. They're trying to get the land.
Yeah, that's how I
I
feel about
mean,
some
I've
of
just
these veteran like teams that I just know are good on land.
yeah. I've just so many of these online matches.
Yeah.
Hard to have some passion sometimes.
And also, I stand by this. Like a lot of people have been saying it this year with the format and everything. Will stand by this forever. Um, I I think it is so much harder nowadays to get out of a slump because you just don't have matches. Like
You barely play.
like I heard people like multiple former pros talking about this. Slasher was one of them. I heard Zinni talking about it. And it's like before, if you were just sucking, like and individually you were playing bad, you go to the tournament, you got 4 matches of pool play like day one, and it's like
Yep.
you just got 4 matches to grind out in one day. You just push through it. You play like even if you play bad one match, you're right into another match. You're right into the next match. You don't have time to sit there and be like, oh my god, I'm playing poorly. Like now it's like you get one match every weekend. Sometimes you get two, but they're on separate days. You don't have any chance to get momentum. Then all of a sudden, you get your one match a weekend. You play bad. The community has a whole week to talk about how bad you played, and then you get one match. All of a sudden, that next map you start out like map one of your next match. You start out 2-8, and you're like, oh god, like here we go again, and you struggle, and it's like okay, I only got one match. You can never like get the ball rolling and like get on a
Right.
hot streak. And we all know like anybody you don't have to play COD at a professional level to know like it's such a momentum game. Like how many times whatever anybody out there that has played COD, whether you're playing pubs or ranked or GBs or you're playing challengers or pro level, like you know the feeling of in a hardpoint when you can just tell like you're getting the right timings and like you're shooting better that map and like
hmm
everything seems to come to you. You feel like you know where the next guy's coming from. Like you feel like you're flowing, and then you know those maps where you're just like it feels like you're making everybody one shot. It feels like you're getting bad timings, and like sometimes that's just the way COD goes on certain days. Like you're the better team, and you just like are getting bad timings, and you're just maybe not as sharp for whatever reason. And like COD is such a momentum based thing that like when you're flowing, and when you're not, you're not. Like that's why it's such a day by
Brock's,
day league.
Brock's never felt the momentum.
I don't know.
Okay.
I've seen it in eights. Brock's had some 60 bombs in eights this year. Uh, but I don't know. I think they get to land. I think Optic. I think they'll be.
think they'll,
I think they'll be okay.
think they'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the league this year is just like it's like the most impossible to predict in a stage one I can remember. Like you think you know what team's going to win a match pretty easily, and then like Minnesota's just been on a tear of destroying teams we thought they would lose to. They beat FaZe. They beat Toronto. Just like we'll talk about them in a second.
Crazy
Here.
this year.
Yeah, we got Toronto and
far.
Gentlemates first before we get to Minnesota, but dude, Toronto and Gentlemates, a pretty good series here. Gentlemates down 2-1, and they close it out 3-2, potentially knocking Koi down into losers, but you know somehow they're able to hang on to their winners bracket spot despite losing to both Minnesota and Gentlemates this weekend. But for the side of Koi, it's kind of been the story. Jodeci's pop off, maybe everybody else lagging a little behind.
Yep.
Neptune, just another Neptune series. Guy is so good. I can't gas him enough.
He is indeed
yeah.
good.
I mean, these teams rematch, so I don't want to talk about them too much. Like we're going to talk about them in a little bit here about their round one match at the major. But
Yeah.
I think, my overall takeaway is Joe and Neptune are both so good. Like Toronto just feels weird. Like they are good, but they also just like have maps where I'm just like scratching my head at what they're doing. Gentlemates are just, they're the one seed for this tournament. They're very good. You guys have anything else? I kind of want to just skip over because we'll talk about these two in the
Right.
major.
Don't got much.
All right, we can switch Toronto versus G2. This is the one I want to talk about a little more because what a weekend for Minnesota. And what a last two matches for Minnesota. They're 1-4. We talked about them last week. We said they were a long shot to make it. They go out, they beat FaZe last week, who is one of our top teams right now, looks one of the best teams in the game. And they beat Toronto, who maybe isn't playing super well, but they're a good team. Like they're not an easy team to beat. And Minnesota beats them in 3-0 fashion. And with 3-0 helps them with their map count, and that sneaks them into winners bracket. And just who knows if they're going to do anything with it. Like they are definitely their underdog in their first match against a team like FaZe, but just the fact that they get into winners bracket give themselves that much more of a chance to gain some points here in the major for their champ standings, because they're a team that I think we all would say is, they're one of our 5 through 12 teams battling for, those bottom seeds at champs most likely. So for them to pick up 2 wins against 2 good teams and also get themselves into winners was huge for Minnesota. And the story of this series was Estriel. He had a coming to life party. Like he was frying this series, and we haven't really seen that from him yet this year. Like he hasn't been bad, but we haven't seen like Estriel pop off moment. It's been a lot of Kremp, and this was the Estriel takeover.
Yeah.
And Mamba played well as well.
Yeah. Mamba's
so good.
He's so good. Like this is a good class of rookies. Really good class of rookies. Even like our lower tier rookies who maybe we aren't talking about, like we'll talk about him a little bit, but like Trakes has been like a serviceable player. He maybe hasn't been amazing, but he's showing that he's not a bad player. There's something there. Like Mamba's been awesome. Craze, Lurks has been awesome. I'm missing anyone? I don't think so. Like
Legend,
yeah, legend. I feel like Abe. Like he's on like it's a weird team to evaluate, but I don't think Abe's a bad player. I think he's just on kind of a weird team. But overall, like class of rookies this year has been pretty good. There's some names out there that like they're talented, they're good.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess thoughts on either Toronto or Minnesota, whatever. Rock, you want to go first? Minnesota, man.
They did it. They lose some, win some to teams that they don't think they're gonna win. They pull it up through, and then they lose to like Boston.
Yeah. Okay. Brad,
Make it
before
make
you-
sense.
Before Brad goes, one thing I do want to say is I'm a little bit weirded out by Minnesota's playstyle still, though. Like, Skies doesn't move, dude.
He is a slow player.
He was 46 and 52, and I think he was in the hard point. He finished, yeah, I mean, like 17 and 23 compared to, I mean, he had 40 engagements. You got Mamba with 57, Kremp with 45, 59 out of Estriel. But, like, there was one point in that map where, like, everybody was, like, double digits in both kills and deaths, and I swear Skies was, like, 7 and 8. And he had, like, 45 seconds of the hill. He didn't have crazy hill time, and I'm like, this guy is just not moving. But, like, I feel like he's playing his role well. But, I don't know. Like, I think banger match on land, Skies is gonna have to get it moving. And I trust he will. Like, Skies has been able to get it moving on land before, but like he's gonna have to speed it up a little bit for this team in this game.
Yeah.
That's like a insight from a couple years back.
Yeah, Insight's
He'd
been
be
moving
like-
this year. He's done it,
Yeah.
but you're not wrong. It was just like you pull up the Toronto scoreboard from like a few years back, and it'd be like, yeah. I mean, even like last year, like you'd see Kleenex and Joe, and you're just like, okay, those two are moving beans. You got some pretty good engagements, and Insight was like 10 and 10.
Yeah. Like 200 points to the hard point.
Yeah. Brad, Falcons versus C9 next. You want to go Minnesota first?
Oh. Yeah, I was just gonna like you guys said though, like Estriel and Mamba are the two big takeaways from this match. But like for me, I've seen flashes of like Estriel like having big plays, but like not be able to sustain it for the whole game.
Mhm.
And like you said, I think this is kind of his breaking out of that, hopefully, and he can have more of those being able to maintain those pop off games.
Yeah.
Hopefully moving forward, because G2 is going to need it. I mean, land, like we said a million times, it's a different monster. And I mean, they're going to be playing good teams. So, like, I mean, they're going to need all hands on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree with you. I was just looking at something on this Falcons Cloud9 series, and I was reminded like of a play on Colossus of Celium that I was just dying laughing at. I thought he lagged out of the game because he literally wasn't moving, but he was just playing Celium style so damn slow. Falcons get a win here, 3-2. I will say, I know like they overall like they outslayed them like crazy. They win this series. I will say I'm a little disappointed in Falcons. Like I want them to be an elite team because they've looked, you know, they won 5 matches in a row. Like they're obviously like you look at the roster, like Fred, Celium, those are like superstar players. Kismet's like one of the best glue guys like in CDL history, and he's a world champ. Exnid continued. I mean, Exnid, he's the guy I want to highlight for this series. He was awesome, 103 kills all over the map. Seems to be getting smarter as a player. Like I was kind of like, I don't know. Like I would maybe want to move on from him. I'm all in on Exnid just being the franchise player for this team, just to keep with the Riyadh branding.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
That's where he's from. So it's a cooler story. I'd much rather have him on the team and like actually have some ties to Riyadh in that area because they have a player from Saudi Arabia on the team then. Because if they drop him, there's probably nobody else from that region getting picked up. Like he is the one, you know, like it's not like a super talent producing region because it's just a newer region to COD. But he's been awesome. One thing I want to say is like Falcons have now raised their expectations in my mind because they keep winning. So like with the players in the roster and you keep winning, my expectations are raised for you. I want to see them win this 3-1, 3-0. Like don't fool around and let Cloud9 win a 250 to 244 on Den. Don't let them win a round 11 on Colossus. Like Falcons close them out 3-0. Win that round 11, close them out 3-0. Like that's I want to see. Then when you're up 2-1, like don't let them win a Den, a close map like that. And then obviously the map 5 wasn't even like 6-1 doesn't even do it justice. That was a 6-0 all day, and they got a very lucky round win where Vivid got like turned on in laundry, but he didn't have time to defuse. Like that was a 6-0 all day. Like that 6-1 is the fakest 6-1 ever. They got dominated in that map 5, but there was a play, map 1. I was on Colossus. It was it wasn't P3. It was P4 in like the back corner of the map. There's like, you know, when you look front, there's like the statue. If you're in the hill and you're looking out front, it's like the statue where the bomb site is in Search. Or like the fountain, whatever is like that platform where you can hop up into P1 on it. And there's like a corner if you're looking out to the right, there's a corner and you can like kind of tuck yourself in that corner, and like Celium just laid in that corner. And I think his team died for like 2 waves and he never got up. And like all 3 players pushed, died. He stayed there. All 3 players pushed again, died, and he was just chilling there. And I think somebody was like, "Did Celium lag out?" And then he finally stood up, and I think he just like died right away. And I was like, dude, what was you just laying in that corner for so long? I'm like, was he weak? Like, did he keep getting hit by stuns? So he just like stayed really weak. I don't know what was. It was a funny play. I'm
Watching
excited to
him
see
die.
Falcons on land. Like,
Yeah.
and C9,
Yeah.
man, like they're just getting to game 5. So I'm over them. I want to give them credit, but I'm over them now. They're just like, I don't know, like they're competitive enough to like not make series suck and always be 3-0, but like I just never in this series did I think like, oh, Cloud9's gonna win. Like it was a map 5 and I had zero faith they were gonna win.
Yeah. Cloud9.
There was a play on Den. It was like Kismet threw twice. You know, in that P4,
Yeah.
on like the wood pile or whatever, Kismet kept on challing outer like temple or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever that comm is, and he went there twice and got ripped both times, and like it ended up making them lose the map. And it was just like,
Yeah.
Kiz, what do we do? Like he just overchalled for no reason.
Mhm.
Like they had to run to you. I don't know what he was thinking. Like, I mean, they were just exuding confidence. Maybe I don't know, but like, Kiz, hopefully that doesn't happen in land because I mean, C9 is like the second worst team in the league, and I mean, if it was any of a better team, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it could have gotten a lot worse. I mean, they lost the map, which is about as worse as it can get, but
Yeah.
like, it could have gotten uglier.
Yeah, I agree.
I will say, I do agree with you, Ryan, for like, come on, like, I'll just win a 3-1, 3-0
Yeah.
against this
Right.
terrible team.
Like,
And
there's
Matt,
something to be said about that. Like, if you're a good team, close them out.
yeah,
The 1 seed of the
And-
tourney.
I will say, and Mac's pushing the pace.
Yeah, Mac
and
looks
his
good.
engagements. Yeah.
Like this team, I'm okay with. I'm okay with moving on from any player, really, besides Mac. Like, I'm also fine if you want to keep Vivid or like one of the other players or Beans, like Afro, because he looked good. You know, for a little bit of this year, he's looked pretty bad lately. Like, if you want to keep one of the other players, Mac definitely looks like their best player right now, in my opinion. Just like he has the most pop off ability, but like, yeah, drop the whole team if you want. I don't really care. Like, keep one player. And like, we talk about like people want to make roster changes so quick, but like, so it sounds almost hypocritical when we're like, yeah, just make changes. But it's very different. Like, it's very different when the team is Hydra, Kenny, Scrap, and a Beezy, or you know, it's like if a team like Optic were to talk about changing right now because of their struggles, when it's the back or like the defending champs and it's huke, shottzyy, dashy, you know, Merc, like as compared to a team with Afro, Mac, Vivid, and Beans. Like, you need to get a team with Hydra, Kenny, Scrap, Beezy. Like, that team deserves a little more grace because like we know that all these players are star players and are awesome players, like world champs, a lot of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but a team with you know, Beans, Vivid, Mac, and Afro, like going 1-6, kind of like we expected them. Yeah, okay, we're ready for a change. You know what I mean? Like, you players on like Thieves or Optic have earned a longer leash because they're, you know, they're on an Optic and Thieves for a reason. Like, they've earned a longer leash. So like a team like C9, when we say blow it up, it's like, I mean, we gave them a little bit of time.
Kinda
It's
figured.
not working. Like, yeah, they don't have as much stock in the league they have less chances to have bad matches before they get dropped because they don't have a history of amazing matches and wins.
That's true.
Our next match, LAT versus Boston. LAT come through. They win the last 2 maps to win it 3-2. They lose a close Colossus in the craziest spawns on that P4 I've ever seen. Thieves got like completely hoed. They had like the craziest spawns where they spawned back and Thieves were mind blown. The casters were mind blown. People were on Twitter were watching it back. Like, how did this even possibly happen? So they get kind of screwed out of that map. The overload on Den is just weird. They get off to like a hole in the map and they're just kind of behind. But they kind of dominate the final 2 maps. One thing I really like to see from Thieves, damage pretty even across the board, kills and deaths pretty even across the board. These seem to be playing a lot better as a team. Kenny again with another series. I was dying. This series started out, he was 1-12, map 1. And I was like, oh my god, is it actually, can he only play against Optic? Is it real? And then Ghost of Hope, dude, that guy, I've never seen somebody on Kenny's meat more than that guy just hating that guy. Every time Kenny could be 39 and 40 with 2.5 minutes in the hill, he'd be like, should have went positive. Should have went positive. He's just
One
like
of them.
and I think he's an LAT fan. Like if anybody should have like a little bias towards him, it's he's won LAT the most chips in their history. You'd think it'd be that guy with like a little bit of okay, like he's not playing well, but give him a little grace. But he was like tweeting like, "Yep, shocker, he can only play against Optic." And then Kenny finished the map with the most kills in the lobby, 36 and 34. But he started 1 and 12 that map, and I was like, "Oh god, he's about to have like a 0.5.
No.
He's about to just revert back to what he was before Optic, and he's just gonna get dropped, and he's gonna suck." And then I was like, "Oh, thank God, he pulled it back." Abizi, the big story for this one again was Abizi, really for me. Like I know he leads the lobby in KD, but that's a big story because Abizi has had his struggles this year. Hasn't been the normal Abizi we're used to seeing. So seeing him have another good series is good to see because you can. I feel like this weekend, even though they lost, this match here, I pull it up the Carolina match. I feel like you saw the vision for Thieves this weekend. They lose we'll talk about that Carolina series, but I feel like you saw the vision for them. Like we saw the Hydra and the Abizi pop off moments on certain maps where they were just applying pressure. You saw Kenny getting his kills. You saw Scrap ripping 3 pieces that only Scrap can rip. Like you saw the vision for this LAT team and the pressure they can apply. And Boston, I mean, no, I have nothing to say. It's the same thing every week.
Yep.
Can we play better this week?
Yeah, and then Gaming plays better and Purge struggles. 78 and 103. Like,
yeah.
I wish Purge could slay more consistently because he is a really smart player, and there's like Purge has so many tools being a really good player, and he does have times where he's just ripping too. Like he has like random pop off maps where he's ripping, and I don't know if it's like he's trying too hard to be a team player, and he has to get like it sounds weird, but maybe he has to get like a little more selfish at times, and like kind of like what Kenny said last week after he was struggling so much. He's like, I had to like kind of focus on myself more and just like focus on what I was doing instead of so much the team. And like, it's helped LAT play better and Kenny play better in turn because he's focusing a little more on himself. Like, I don't know if Purge has to get a little more selfish because like he's struggling and I think he's the lowest KD in the league among active players, but like, he's not like a bot. Like, it's not like he can't shoot his gun.
Yeah.
Like he has moments where you see him shoot. I think maybe just like he's just got to get a little more selfish. Not playing so hard to set your teammates up and be a good teammate. Like get a little selfish and let's see what happens here.
Like, yeah, set yourself up sometimes.
Because like sometimes just like maybe making a slightly worse play, but just like guaranteeing yourself 2 on rotation or something is better than like making the correct play, but just like he just dies on rotation. Like I don't know. Like sometimes like playing for a couple kills and just to like set your team up and create some space in the map is okay, rather than making the technically right play by the book. Like, because I don't feel like Purge is like, I know we bash Boston, but to give him some credit, I don't think he's like a mechanically bad player. I just think, I don't know. I feel like he has to do so much to set up his team that it hurts him a little bit in a way. I don't know.
That makes sense.
I don't think he's like actually like some people are just like, yeah, Purge just sucks. I don't actually think he's like a bad player. Like, he obviously isn't a terrible player. Like Boston, for his duration on this team, has stayed competitive basically the whole time. They've never been amazing, but they've been always like they're never an easy out. I don't know.
Yeah,
weird team.
And you saw last year, Purge played pretty well at champs.
Yeah, like he isn't a bad player. It's just like it's weird. They're just like he's just got, I don't know. That's like a weird way to put it, but I think he has to get a little like focus on himself a little more. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Brad, turning the floor over to you. Our next match, Miami versus the Gentlemates. Miami kind of, their winner's bracket life on the line. Win here secures it. They fall to the Gentlemates. Gentlemates secure the 1 seed with this one. I don't know. Brad, talk about your boys. What's going on?
I mean, the map 1 was so tight. Like, that was such a good map. And then map 2, like, Miami just dominated. Like, I feel like that was one of those 6-3s where it wasn't really that close. Like, and then there was that one play where Sib just like jumped out the window for no reason and gave Rencor a free 2v1 for the win. And he had to defeat, like, I don't know what Sib was doing there. It'd be nice to like just get in the brain there and figure that out. But like, he literally could just laid in the corner on window and just chilled, but he just I don't know. But and then that Scar, just like the 6-3 SMD wasn't really like even that close of an SMD. This Scar HP in map 4 was like it ended up being 250 to 166, but truly it felt like a 100-point club. Like it wasn't even close. I don't know. Miami Trakes, I'll give Trakes credit. He looked pretty good this game. I think Zinni said it best. Like he doesn't even really know how to evaluate Trakes yet. Like he has those moments where he looks so good, and then sometimes it just looks like he disappears. Um, and then like
Oh,
he's smart. We can see he tries to make the right plays on the map, but it's just like I don't know. I mean they're Miami. They should be able to put up a fight in the major, but I don't have faith that they're going to be able to
oh no,
go very
Brad.
far. I know
Oh
Vamos,
Yeah, you
but
no.
gotta
I'll be
have the
cheering for him.
faith.
I'll
I
be
just
cheering for him.
Brad, I just found something. This is not good for you.
Oh.
Oh no. Miami, they might be the mid pack. They might be the line. They might be the line this year.
Don't say that. Why are you cursing him like that,
I'm gonna
man?
read you something and you're even gonna agree. Brock and I talk about this. This has been a thing on the podcast. When Kyle was my co-host, when I was doing it solo, when Brock joined, this has been a thing. There's a team every year that's the line. They're like they can't beat anybody above them, but they keep everybody below them out from crossing the line into the top.
Yep.
Miami this year, they are 15 and 15 map count, dead even. They do have more map wins than Toronto, Optic, and Thieves, who are all in winners bracket, and they also only have one less than FaZe, Falcons, Carolina, and Minnesota, who are all also in winners bracket. Granted, Boston also has 15 map wins, so take that with a grain of salt. But Fred, do you know who the 3 wins Miami has this year are against?
C9.
Yep.
Vancouver.
I mean, who are the other? I
Vancouver.
mean, Ravens and
Nope.
no,
They
not
lost to
Ravens. Sorry,
Ravens.
Vancouver. I'm used to Ravens being bad.
Listen to this though.
Boston.
Okay, I'm listening.
They lost to. Okay, so they beat Cloud9, Vancouver, and Boston. What do those teams all have in common? They're probably a little bit below Miami, in
Yeah.
terms of where you'd rank
Yep.
them. They lost to Toronto, Optic, Carolina, and Gentlemates. Miami is the line. They lost
They're
to
the
all the
line.
teams. They lost to the teams slightly above them, like a Toronto and maybe where Optic is right now, because Optic isn't playing super well. And they lost to a team like Gentlemates, who's like the top of the top, and a team like Carolina, who's like towards the top of the top right now, but a little bit below. And then they beat our bottom 2 teams in Vancouver and Cloud9, and then they beat a team who's like a slightly higher than that in Boston. They have gate kept the teams below them out, and they cannot beat anybody above them as of now. They right now are the line. Miami Heretics are the line, which means they are destined for so many top 6s and top 8s. You've never seen it.
You've
They are
just
the
checked me
line.
so hard.
They are the
You just
line.
checked me so hard.
I was
They're
like,
the
dude,
line,
I
just
feel like
like just like the Ravens last year.
yeah, the Ravens were the line until they dropped Vivid. Miami's also number 2. I mean, tied with like 8 billion teams, but they're tied for second with 3 other teams for the highest KD, only behind FaZe as a team overall.
What?
Also, they have a pretty good hard point. They're like, they have the second best hard point win percentage in the league. So that attributes a lot to it. Like if you're winning a lot of hard points,
Yeah.
slaying, no, that's a game mode where you get the most kills. There are 2 of them in a series. Like usually, if you're a good hardpoint team, you're one of the better KD teams. And then Gentlemates are the number 1 hardpoint win rate, and they're up there, tied with Heretics as well.
The mates.
Yeah,
The mates are so well rounded.
yeah.
I'm checked for the rest of the podcast.
If
I'm
only
picking Miami
a
to win
ship
it.
could just go crazy too.
Yeah, I mean, I do think Miami has a bit of a ceiling. Like I do think they could get out from being the line, but right now Miami is the ultimate line. They are the line in the sand. 2 matches left. We'll go over these quick because we've been going on this for a lot longer than I thought we would. But Thieves, Carolina, great win. Come back from down 5-3 in the last map. Felt like Thieves were trolling a little bit this series. Kind of like they were laughing after they lost the series. A BZ tweeted like we were on 50 ping. I can't wait to get to land or something. Like they were on bad ping the whole series. They get beat in the first 2 maps, and I'm like, oh, Carolina's going to 3-0 them. And then Thieves just destroyed them on that Scar overload. Like Kenny was 36 and 23. Hydra was 36 and 21. And Kenny was trick shotting the device into the goal. He was bouncing off a wall doing a 360 slide. And they were taking the device and running around and seeing who could get more kills with it. Like the pistol, they were trolling and they were just dominating. And they almost 100-point clubbed him on the map for Den. Abizi was 30 and 15, dropped 2.0 on their head, and then obviously they were up 5-3 and they blow the last map. Kenny and Hydra both dropping double digits in that map. Kind of a little bit of a troll series. I think it's a shout out to Carolina. You know, they beat another good team, but nothing to worry about with Thieves there.
Yep.
And then our last
How'd you
series,
did the Brad stat line in search?
Stop.
the 10 and 10.
Not that player anymore.
Okay.
4-4.
And then the last series, I'm literally just gonna pull up the bracket and we'll start. It was Vancouver versus FaZe. It was a 3-0, like we all knew.
Yeah, that was not.
Just gonna pull.
That was
I'm
not-
gonna
not
pull
a
the
match.
bracket. All right.
I have a question.
What's up?
Is the bracket like on the Call of Duty League pick'em?
It's
pit?
not. So I have.
Oh, okay.
That's not how you're.
I have a Photoshop. I'm just gonna Photoshop the teams in for each of our brackets. So first one, I'll just like edit our text here on the screen. I'll just say it's like Brad's. Who wants to go first? Between the three of us.
I go first.
Brock, you're first.
I go first. I really don't know who to pick to even win it yet.
I'm putting that on the screen. I'm just gonna edit it just says Brock Major 1 predictions. So that way, like if we take a screenshot or somebody wants to screen grab it, it has Brock's name on it, so they know it's bracket. Brock, you're first. I'll just guide you through what match we're on. You can pick from there. I'll move them around. I'll just let you know in case, because obviously you can't fill it out yourself right now. Your first match, I mean, I'm shocked. I'm gonna go. They have, I don't know if one of you can pull up. CDL tweeted it. If one of you can pull it up, the schedule for day 1, Thursday matches. I think Gentlemate's Koi was the first match. I can't believe that.
12:30.
I thought they would make that last match. Like that seems like the match to the first obviously,
series.
like Fred versus Optic, and Falcons, big fan base, Optic, obviously big fan base. Like that makes sense why that one's later on. Like all these matches, in my opinion, are bangers because of the current state of the league. But Gentlemates versus Koi kind of seems like the match of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little bit surprised that one is the first match of the day.
4 matches on Thursday.
Yeah, usually they usually do the winners bracket, and then they do like all losers on Friday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But Brock, your first match, it's a tough one. It's Gentlemates versus Koi. I know Koi is the 8 seed, but they're definitely no typical slouch 8 seed. Like they're a team that could definitely pull off some upsets.
Yeah, they're not like Boston last year, but Boston did.
Even though Boston did pull off
upset
all
some
the upsets.
seeds. Yeah. I think I want to give Gentlemates the edge in a 3-1.
Okay. Moving the Gentlemates on. I gotta drop our boys. Toronto down
Just
to
tough to
losers.
predict.
I know this feels like a bracket like more than ever because of how unpredictable the league has been so far this year, that like one wrong prediction could just completely set your bracket off, because like you might knock a team down to losers that may make it to the finals through winners. Like because of the way, like a team like Toronto, if they get hot, they could easily just rip this into a winners final,
Yeah.
And then you pick them to go to losers right away. Like it's crazy.
Like I have like no clue even to pick like for even a winner. Just so close.
It's probably the hardest. Well, let's talk before you predict anymore. Each of us, like, if you had to, not long shots, if you had to say realistic teams who could win this major, I think you could realistically, like, I think it's tough to say G2 could win it. I just don't know that they have that in them. But I think you could, like, without being completely insane, you could say 7 teams in winners bracket. You could see winning it. I don't think you've ever been able to say that before.
True.
I think maybe everybody, and I don't even think, like, I can't see G2 winning it. I just can't. Even though they beat a couple of really good teams in a row, I don't know if they can put together a whole weekend. And I think, obviously, some of these teams are, like, I think Carolina would still be a long shot just because of lack of experience. But, like, I think you could realistically say 7 teams and winners could win the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
You guys agree? You think it's less or more?
No, I agree with you.
You think it's 7?
Yeah.
Everybody but G2?
I agree.
I just don't see a team at losers that could make the run. The only candidate would be Miami.
Miami.
I mean, they're the only candidate. The other 3 are not doing it. Like,
Yeah.
Miami's the only one that could make a run, but Miami gets probably the worst draw. All of them. Miami, in order to get out of the top, in order to get to like top 4 and get to Sunday, Miami would probably have to be either Gentlemates or Koi, then they probably have to be either Thieves or Ravens, and they probably have to be either FaZe or Optic just to get into top 4. Like, they have to go through a gauntlet. But Brock, continue your bracket here. Ravens Thieves, another tough one. We just saw them play. Ravens win in a game 5. Ravens look
Picking
really good right
Thieves
now.
on land. On land.
You like the Thieves?
Yeah. 3-1 maybe?
Get the
Sounds
Thieves
good to me.
on. Ravens dropping down. Take on the Surge. Your next match you got is the Vegas FaZe against G2, who just did take out FaZe.
They did. Pretty handily, to be honest.
Yeah. And also they just took out Koi. Like, not, I mean, FaZe are awesome, but like not the most exciting match for them to draw. Like G2 we did say is like the one team all of us can't really see winning it out of winners, but that doesn't mean they can't win some matches in this tournament. Like, they look good right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't play them on crimp losses.
That is true. But give me the pimp, simp, FaZe
Yeah.
Vegas.
He's unreal. That guy is on MVP tear this year so far.
Not wrong.
He's so good.
We're one of the league in KD right now. He's been unbelievable. Drops G2 down. Man, you're blessed if you're in that bottom part of the losers bracket. If you drop down there,
Yeah.
much easier to make a run. You got Boston and C9 down there. You got Surge, Koi, Carolina, or Thieves, or Gentlemates all in that top section. Like, that's a loaded section there. But your last match, Brock, Falcons versus Optic, Battle of the Green. Fred is a chance to get his revenge on Optic, selling him. This is this Thursday is going to be awesome. I'm excited for every. There's usually one match, maybe 2 matches that you're kind of like, like, I don't know, I can't see it happening. All these matches I could see going either way. These are all bangers.
Yeah. I do think this is going to be a very close match. But I do think Optic is going to take it in the end.
I like it. I mean, that's obviously going to be the pick of the community. Just, we know Optic gets picked in like every series. But I mean, this is another one that I feel like has like bracket buster potential, because I could very easily see if you get this one wrong, the team that you pick to drop to losers could very easily make it to winners final.
Mm-hmm.
Easy bracket buster potential. We'll go to your losers bracket first, Brock. We'll do your next round of losers. So you've got Koi playing the Heretics rivalry matchup. We know, like the Real and Heretics thing in the ownership group.
That is so true.
Should be a banger.
It's probably gonna go 3-2. I swear, half these time more than 3%. They always go to game 5.
Yeah.
With these teams, I'm gonna pick my boy Joe Deceive in the Ultra. Koi.
Yeah, it's just this is
through.
Dude, it is a brutal draw for the Heretics. Like, I think Miami is clearly the best team in losers round 1, like of the teams that started in losers. And I think if like we usually do a segment at the end where we're like, who do you think of the team starting in losers, who can make a run? The answer by far, if you're picking best team, is Miami. But based on draw, it's probably not Miami, because like regardless of who loses, they're gonna play a good team. And then even after that, they're gonna probably play either Carolina or Thieves if they win. So like, regardless, like Miami has such a tough draw. If Miami does even make a run to top 6, I think you could chalk that down as that was a pretty good tournament, because they're going to beat 2 really good teams. But yeah, they get a brutal draw, man. So you got them bowing out top 12. Next match, Surge versus the Ravens, the powerhouse Vancouver Surge.
Might be upset alert here.
You think?
No, not really. The BK is gonna take out the Surge.
Setting up a matchup with Koi. Surge go out top 12. You got G2 versus Boston. I'm gonna highlight the team you're gonna pick here.
It's actually, it smells like game 5 ran all over it. I'm gonna take G2 though.
G2. Boston dips out in top 12 as well in your last matchup. Falcons versus C9. Even the losers matches. I'm excited if this is the matches. Obviously, we don't know, but like Heretics Koi, banger. Carolina versus Surge. It's always fun to watch the worst team in case they start to get momentum. It's like, oh my god, could they win?
Yeah.
And I get to see T John Land. I'll never take T John Land for granted.
Huge.
G2 versus Breach, like, could be a banger there. And Falcons Cloud9, we just saw it go game 5. Cloud9 goes game 5 with everybody, so you never know. But your next match, Brock, is Falcons versus Cloud9.
How about another game 5 on land and they still lose?
Huh. So you have all of the losers teams taking the flight out, or probably not like many of them are flying actually because they mostly all live there, but taking the trip out to Dallas all to lose right away anyways.
Yep. We'll see if it comes true.
Let's just continue your losers bracket here. Koi versus Ravens. A good team getting bounced out top 8 here.
It is. This is another tough one. Even though Ravens, they're looking pretty damn good right now, I think I want to trust Clinix and Insight, Joe on land more as of now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to pick the Koi to win.
Koi moving on. Ravens. Koi moving on. Ravens done for. Dude, is it just weird? Like, that top half is just, we're going to have some really good, solid teams eliminated early. Like, just because of that top half of the bracket, just having 4 teams that we think are really good. Like, we're going to see a couple good teams. Whether it's Thieves, Ravens, Gentlemates, Koi, Heretics, like a couple of those teams are going to get eliminated top 12, top 8, and it's going to be like, wow, those are some good teams that got eliminated really early on.
Yep.
G2 versus Falcons, Brock, your other losers match.
Give me the Falcons.
Brock, I am not liking your bracket so far. I'm like, we spoiler alert, but we might just pick the same bracket. I don't even know if I have a different pick than you right now. We'll go back up to winners. You got your boys
so wonky.
Paris versus LA Thieves. Another banger match. You got Ghosty and Envoy going up against their former team. Revenge game for those two.
Man. It is. Like this here, I don't even know who to pick.
I mean, like, Gentlemans are the favorite, but it's just like you just look at that Thieves roster and you're like, oh, they're like, you think they're gonna be good on land?
You gotta think. I'm gonna go Thieves in a close game 5.
I want Thieves. I thought you were gonna go Gentlemates, your boys. I thought you were gonna go with them. You're going Thieves over into the winners final, which sends our Gentlemates down to the bottom of the losers bracket. Face off against Falcons. And then you've got FaZe and Optic. The new. I kind of. This is just like the unk in me, but I hate when they call this E Classico. FaZe versus Optic is not E Classico. That's Optic versus Envy. And it will never be Optic versus FaZe. I hate when they call it that because that's Optic versus Envy. That's always E Classico. I hate when they call this that because that is not it. This is a great rivalry matchup, but Optic versus Envy is E Classico. But it's Optic FaZe. Grudge match. Feel like FaZe have got to be the favorite, like on paper in this one, just because Optic's kind of struggling right now and FaZe has been better. But it's a toss-up series, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give me a FaZe with a Booza squad.
FaZe with a Booza and squad. Moving on to face the Thieves. I hope that does happen because that will be a scrap Draza winners final. Just storylines all over this bracket.
I need it.
Yeah. And then Optic moves down the top of losers bracket to play Koi. Another just this weekend, dude. This is the most excited I've been for a tournament in a while. It's obviously our first tournament of the year too, but Toronto versus Optic, Brock. We'll do your losers bracket. Toronto versus Optic. They make it to Sunday.
Ooh. think the optic crowd pulls through for them, and they win against Toronto.
Make it into the top 4. Gentlemates,
Yeah, live.
Falcons.
Give me the Gentlemates.
Rock, your
The
bracket
mates.
sucks. It's just I'm just gonna write Ryan's bracket and just like keep the same picture on. Gentlemates move on. We'll go Gentlemates Optic next. Who falls out in 4th place?
Ooh. Man, this is so tough. I'm gonna pick my boys. The mates are pulling through and winning. Sending Optic home. About 20 minutes away or so, depending where they live.
The mates send Optic home, and then Thieves phase, winners final, scrap draws, Simp Abizi, just an awesome matchup. The matchups I will say
So much storylines.
Like, selfishly, the matchups that you've been creating here, I do hope like a lot of them happen because there's just like it's just great matchups, and that's also like the league right now is just so much parity. Like there's just so many teams that seem even that like I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but this is the most excited I've been for a tournament in a while. It's just like usually you go into a tournament and you're like these 2 teams could win. Maybe if this team gets lucky, they could win. This tournament, I'm like, dude, I have no idea. I genuinely think all 3 of us could pick 3 different teams and we may get it wrong. Usually that's not the case. Like if you know in normal tournaments, so like if the 3 of us pick 3 different teams, like if Brad takes, phase, I take
Miami.
Optic, and you take Thieves. Yeah, Miami. Like in normal circumstances, like if we pick 3 different teams, one of us is probably right.
Yeah.
But in this case, like we might all pick different teams and we might be completely wrong. All 3 of our teams might fall out, like top 8, top 6. Like it could realistically happen. Brad, who do you think he's picking here? Thieves or FaZe?
I think he's gonna be riding Thieves.
Rock?
Give me Thieves. Brad's right.
Rock has the LA Thieves moving into the grand finals, which puts Atlanta FaZe. Sorry, not Atlanta. Vegas FaZe. That's still getting used to there. Down to play this other team that I need to get used to not calling them LAG. Paris Gentlemates. Rock, it's your boys. Paris Gentlemates versus FaZe. This is another banger series. Who do you have going to face LAT in the finals?
I'm having the mates. My boys are going to the finals.
The mates are going to the finals to face off against LAT, who in your bracket here knocked them down into losers back in winners round 2. You got mates versus Thieves. Who's your winner?
I think it'd be a very good series, but I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna pick the mates to pull through and win.
The mates.
Neptune's curse is finally broken.
That's a really Brad. That's a good shout out from you.
Good shout.
I think I saw something. Like a lot of people are saying, it's very likely we're going to see a player who's been chasing that first win for a while get a win. It's obviously not for sure. Like if a team like Thieves or Optic who could win, it's very possible. But like Brock, you look at your final few teams like 04 and Abuza, that illustrious chip. FaZe has not saying they're going to win, but FaZe has a good chance to win this weekend. They could get their first chip. Gentlemates, you look at Neptune could get his first chip. You look over at like a team like Ultra, or Koi, like Joe Deceives, Real chasing that first chip, like they could potentially get it. Xnid on Falcons. You never know.
That'd be a legendary.
Carolina, obviously, like a ton of players. The whole team get their first chip. Like there are a lot of players. Like we have a very good chance of seeing a first chip, obviously, unless like Optic or Thieves come through, and get the win. Or I guess no, Gentlemen, they get a first chip. But there's a pretty good chance we see 04, Abuza, Neptune, one of those surge guys that was just silver surfing last year. Like there's a pretty good chance we get to see one of their first wins, this weekend. Because I'd say Gentlemates and FaZe are 2 of the top 3 favorites, probably 4 favorites.
Yeah.
Brock's got the mates. I think, I don't know, mates might be my pick. I'm not sure, but we might have some interesting matchups here. I'll go next, Brad, just because I want to round out with you because you like to pick weird.
What?
Hang on a minute though. Hang on a minute. I'm not even gonna take out the first round results because I agree with Brock completely on the first round of winners bracket.
Yeah.
I have
Well, I say wavelength.
yeah, I have Gentlemates over Koi. I do think that's a really good match. I think it might be a 3-1, but we're talking like a 3-1 where Koi is looking at it like, dude, we could have 3-0'd. Like all three of those first maps, we lost 250 to 240, 6-5, and 3-2. Like could have easily won that 3-0. Like they lose the first three maps, or maybe they win one of them, lose. I think maybe Koi wins like one of the respawns, map 1 or 3, and then the other 3 are won by Gentlemates. Like I think it's a really close series. Carolina Thieves, I think Thieves 3-0s them. I have a weird feeling I think Thieves is going to come out and like I saw enough in that online match, so I feel like Thieves are the better team. And I think Thieves is just going to come out and blitz them on land. Carolina, it's the first tournament for Craze and Lurks. Exceed obviously his first pro
Jitters.
tournament in a while. Nero obviously played in a lot of tournaments over the last few years, but I don't know. I have a feeling Thieves are going to come out and kind of blitz them. I don't know that they're going to like dominate them in a 3-0, like all like blow them out, but I think they're going to close out 3. I think it'll be competitive maps. I think they'll be very close, but I like Thieves to beat them. I know that's probably a controversial take because Ravens just beat them and they look really good right now. I think FaZe bounces back against G2. Could be a scary spot though. Like G2 has a chance to do something really weird here. If they upset FaZe, like Optic, if they're the team that they would play, is vulnerable because they don't look great right now. And I don't think Falcons are like an unbeatable team. Like G2 could get to a weird spot where like they could make a winners finals run. Like if they do take out FaZe here, I don't think that them beating Falcons or Optic is crazy. Like I do have my eye on G2 to potentially make a little bit of a run there. So I'm just gonna go straight into my losers bracket because I just kept the same bracket as Brock. I don't even know why I erased the rest of them because I think I might have the same losers round 1 as well. I have Koi beating Miami. I do think there's a I think the team that wins this match is gonna win the next match as well. I think Koi or Miami, whoever wins it, is gonna beat who I have moving on to the next one, which is Ravens. I have the Ravens taking out the Surge here. And I do think if Miami is able to beat, this is for you, Brad. I think if Miami is able to beat Koi, I think they'll beat Ravens too. I think whoever wins that matchup is going to go to top 6. I don't know. I like the experience of both those teams over the inexperience of Ravens. I think Ravens are going to be really good and have a good year. I just think inexperience might show up for them a little bit. I do agree with Brock. Game 5 Grueler, but I like G2 over Boston.
G2
to move on. Game 5 Grueler. Falcons Cloud9. Tough to pick Cloud9. I think Falcons lose a heartbreaker to Optic. In winners, I think they come out and kind of roll Cloud9 here. The rest of my losers bracket, I have Koi taking out the Royal Ravens. I don't know. I'm a little bit of like a skeptic when it comes to teams on LAN. Like I just haven't seen any of these Ravens players really do anything on LAN, and I think they're very good, but I think I just think the experience and like it's not like Ravens have a talent diff over Thieves or Koi, the two teams I have them losing to. It's not like they're like more talented than either of those two teams. I just think the experience of those two teams is just going to weigh heavily, and it's going to take them out. This next one, I'm torn on this G2 Falcons match. Like everything says the Falcons should win, but also I don't know, like something about G2, man. There's like I have some weird feeling about them this weekend. Like if they win that first match, I think they could sneak through to winners finals. I like the momentum. Like they have good momentum going right now into the tournament. Like they're where you want to be. Like it might be 3 and 4, but they have some of the best vibes coming in because they just took out FaZe and Koi. With that said, I think I am gonna go Falcons, but this is the most torn I've been. I don't like picking Falcons here, but I'm going to. I'm gonna move the Falcons on. I don't love it though. I don't feel confident in that one. Thieves, Gentlemates, Ghosty and Envoy have the upper hand in this one because they're the guys getting revenge from being dropped. Oh man.
It's so tough.
And I do
Like,
think Gentlemates are going to win here. I think Gentlemates take out Thieves. I think it's a game 5 grueler. I think it could go either way. I think the winner of that has a pretty good likelihood, probably to be the favorite in the tournament, or I think has a pretty good likelihood to make the run straight to finals at least. That drops Thieves down to play the Falcons, but I think that's game 5 grueler. Like, could go either way. I'm gonna lean Gentlemates just because they do look a little better right now. FaZe Optic.
Yeah.
I agree with you here, Brock. I think Optic is gonna fall down into the losers bracket. I'm moving FaZe on to the winners final to face off against Gentlemates. Which leaves Optic to go down and face the boys over on Koi. Ultra used to have Optic's number a lot, man.
They did back in the day.
Another one I'm really torn on here: Koi versus Optic. Both teams kind of don't look like what we would expect right now. So one of them makes it into Sunday. I feel like that's a good tournament for them with where they're at.
Yeah.
I for some reason, my head is telling me to pick Koi here, but I also think Optic is going to get momentum on LAN. I'm going to give them that benefit of the doubt. I think shottzyy and huke are going to play better. And I'm going to move Optic on to Sunday. I'm also going to move Thieves on to Sunday as well with a win over Falcons. Knock Falcons out top 6. So I've got the CDL's Dream, FaZe, Gentlemates, Optic, and Thieves in on Sunday.
Yep.
I have Thieves knocking out Optic in 4th place. Moving into the top
Kenny.
3, Kenny takes out Optic. Tail is old as time. I think I saw his record against Optic in his career is like 20-9 or something. I think it's when he's in the Thieves Optic matchup. He basically like won most of his matches when he was on Thieves, and then he also like dominated Thieves while he was on Optic.
That's so funny.
Basically, if you have Kenny in the Thieves versus Optic match, it's like a 70% chance you win.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I got them moving on, taking out Optic. Again, I think all things considered, depending on how they look, I feel like a 4th place finish for Optic. Obviously, you're Optic, your roster, you expect to win every event. But like, I do think a 4th place, depending on how they look, wouldn't be the worst result for an Optic, just because like right now there's a lot of questions on them.
Yeah.
And Brock, I like the Gentlemates to take out FaZe and go into the finals, which drops FaZe down to play Thieves. Is that the same thing? No, you had Thieves taking out Gentlemates in your winners final, right?
Yes.
And then you had Gentlemates coming back and beating them. I have FaZe dropping down to play Thieves in the losers final. Scrap versus Hydra. To go to the finals. Brad, quiz time. What happens when Scrap and Hydra play on, or not Scrap and Hydra, Scrap and Draza play on LAN?
They yell at each other.
That happens.
Besides that,
Scrap always wins. Like, it's actually a crazy stat. He wins like every time. Scrap wins like every
is it
time.
is it like 9 to like 9-1 or 9-2 or something like that?
It's insane. Like every time they play on LAN, Scrap wins. I wonder if I can look at that stat quick. Like Scrap versus Draza LAN record.
There's gotta be some like close to that.
Because I know like Scrap like no, there's no way. You know how Google has the AI overview thing, like when you search something now?
Yeah.
I searched Scrap versus Draza LAN record, and Google said, "Did you mean land record with a D?" There's no way they said land.
Not land.
Brock, you were spot on. Since entering the CDL, Thomas Scrap Ernst holds a dominant 9-1 LAN match record against Draza. 9-1 is crazy because they're both have like
crazy.
Every one of those matches. They've both been on good teams. You know, like it's not. And honestly, I would make the argument Draza's been on a better team more often than like. You know what I mean? Like Draza was with the trio. Simpa BZ Cell for like almost all those matches. Maybe like all those matches really. So 9-1 record. Scrap against Draza. I think Thieves close it out. And then I have the same finals matchup as Brock. Brock, I differ from you. I think the Thieves win this tournament. I think your pick is safer. That's why I'm not picking it. Look at them. making it big on the screen. LA Thieves. There they are. I think they win it. I know it's a hot take because I don't think they're the favorite by any means. I'd say they're probably like third or fourth place, probably in terms of people's power rankings, maybe fourth or fifth even. I feel like everybody's top 2 to win is probably face Gentlemates, like in terms of on paper, how they're playing. But I have Thieves. I think it's a Scrap and Hydra and a BZ. Like I think like they're all just gonna hit their form, and I think Caddy's gonna gap fill, and I think the team is gonna look how they're meant to look. Kind of my thought. Like I think Land's gonna hit, they're gonna gel. Like they still, in my opinion, on paper, like make the most sense basically of like any roster.
Mhm.
And I think they're gonna gel. And I think Thieves are gonna win, and I hope they win.
Like it.
Brad. Oh my god, I put Brock. I didn't change the text. Oh my god. It says Brock major predictions this whole time. Ryan. Oh my god, now it says Brock Ryan. I'm screwing everything up.
I'm doing both. Got both. I can't lose now.
Look at the screen. Everybody, take a screenshot. This is Ryan's pick. LA Thieves in the top here. There they are. LA Thieves in the top. Now I have to change the text instantly to Brad.
Ours are basically the same for the most part.
Yeah, when you were picking it, I was like, this fucking sucks. Like, I took the same bracket as Rock, damn near. Brad likes to pick different, though. He always picks different. So,
yeah.
Brad, first of all,
Get ready, everyone.
So I have to copy and paste a million teams. If you even have one different, just tell me that I have to back it out from winner's bracket. Do you have any different picks? So did you also say yes to multiple? Did you pick any of Koi, Ravens, G2, or Falcons?
I did.
No.
Okay. So you picked Gentlemates, Thieves, FaZe, and Optic to win?
Yeah.
Okay, that way I don't have to, because I don't want to back it out and repaste them all. So you pick those 4 to win. You can go over each match.
So I have my picks all the way through like both losers and winners round 2, and then round 3 is where you're gonna have to kind of guide me of who I have left.
Okay.
But no, I just think like the Gentlemates, I just feel like they're just gonna be better. I mean, they just beat Koi. Koi is shaky for me right now. I had a lot of faith. Like I had them beating mates this weekend. I think it was this weekend.
Yeah.
I had them beating and they let me down. I just think Gentlemates, especially with what Neptune has done on LAN last year, I just think that they're going to be the better LAN team, at least as of right now.
Dude.
Yeah,
Koi is weird, right? Like,
yeah,
they're 3 and 4, but like
right
you look and like all of us agree Joe Deceives is an awesome player. I think we all agree Real is a great player. I think we all agree Kleenex is a great player, and I think we all agree that Insight is like he's a good for his role. He's a great player. Like he's a good AR. He's icy. Like I think we all agree their fit seems to be good. Like on paper, I like the way the roster looks, but there's just like something weird about them right now, where it's like they're just not playing well. But like I look at the team and I'm like, this team should be playing well. There's just something weird about that team right now.
Yeah, it's because Insight doesn't have his glasses anymore.
But I have something else to say about that. I will say, I also think they're a team that like if they fry map 1 against Gentlemates, it could just click and they might make a run all the way. Like
yeah, 100%.
Speaking of glasses, did anybody see Celium's thing? I've been wondering what he's been wearing all year. You see that? Like it looks like a headband almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it not a headband?
So I think it's actually like a plastic like headband almost, and he takes a piece of tape and he tapes his glasses to it. So
is that why it's so shiny?
So his glasses aren't touching his face, because I think like maybe it's like a sensory thing. Like I think maybe it bothers him. I can see that because like I was a person like baseball, basketball, like little things like that. Like I would like I don't know, like things would make me like tweak. Like I'd like my glove to always feel the same in baseball, and like your batting gloves, you like all that always feel any equipment in like sports. Like if something like Brock, you're a soccer player, like your shin guards feel off or your cleats feel off, like it just like makes you feel weird. Like
it does.
And I feel like Celium, I think like when his glasses touch his face, I think it bothers him, which I totally get. Like I don't wear glasses, but like I can see how that like would bother you if like you have a sensory thing.
I've been there.
So, apparently, yeah, he takes his glasses and he like tapes them to that bar so that like his glasses are basically like floating in front of his face and they're not hitting his like nose and moving and stuff. I thought that was really interesting. I've never seen a player do that.
I always thought he just had a super greasy forehead, but that shine is just tape, I guess.
Yeah. I saw that. Now, somebody was saying that on the broadcast, and I did not know that. But yeah. Okay, you're on Thieves Ravens.
Yeah, I think this is pretty clear cut. I just think I want the Ravens to win so bad. But honestly, like what you said, I think the Thieves were just kind of toying with their food on that last match. And it was incredibly close, and genuinely, it just didn't seem like the Thieves were taking it seriously,
Yeah,
like at
I
all.
got the same thing.
Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, Thieves, Lan, Kenny. I don't see a world where they don't win it. I hope they lose, so I'm kind of hoping I jinx the hell out of them. But
No.
Whoa.
yeah, you know. But yeah,
This
so I think
Justin
I think Thieves is just gonna
Bradzik
dominate it
Thieves
3-1.
hate.
Yeah, not wrong. I think the Ravens win the first search, or not the first
Yep.
search, the only search. And then I have Optic Falcons 3-1. I think this Falcons team is going to be really good on LAN. Like I think moving forward, like in the losers bracket, I have them. I feel pretty good about them. I just think Optic is going to come out. I think they're going to be juiced out of their gourds. Hopefully, they're going to be juiced out of their gourds. Round one, home court. I just think that it's hopefully Shottzy's going to pick it up. I just think the energy is going to be there at least for this match. So I have Optic 3-1 against Falcons.
Okay, and then
Oh, I
we'll
kind
be
of
down
screwed up
to.
that order, but
Are you going to phase G2?
yeah, I didn't realize I
Yeah.
screwed up the order. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I have a phase 3-0. I'm like, I saw them just absolutely run it down. Like, mind you, it was not one of the best teams in the world.
The worst, in fact.
Yeah, but like, I just like phase just looks so like they look so oiled. Like there are like as we were saying before, this team's just gonna keep on getting better. Simp is playing like the MVP of the league. I'm not gonna mention that other mother trucker.
Number two,
But
number
0-4.
two, KD.
No, he's a bomb, dude.
Who's a very good.
Even though he won me my CDL prop yesterday, which was electric. So I guess I don't completely hate him right now until he plays Miami again. But yeah, I just think anybody in that team can really kind of take the series and just dominate.
Yeah.
And I just think that they're gonna on LAN. Like we say that a lot on LAN, it just changes things. But like genuinely, I just think FaZe is gonna outclass G2 in this one.
All
And I
right.
think it's gonna be a 3-0 for FaZe.
They got 0-4. They got Twin too.
Yeah. Dude,
Don't forget
0-4's
about
good.
them.
All right.
He is.
Brad, your boys, Miami versus Koi. They draw tough losers round one, but there's a path for them to make a run if they do win this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I already have a copy. I already ready to paste the picture.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I have Miami at 3-2. They're gonna ice out map 5. Koi, I want Koi to be good. But give me Miami. They're gonna see Real and we're gonna be like, and they're just gonna take care of business, man. Koi doesn't look great right now, neither does Miami, but I just think Miami is just gonna win. I think they're gonna Neslo, but yeah, that's what I think. I think Miami's gonna Neslo Koi. Even though Miami is the better technically hardpoint team, I just think I think Koi's just gonna move a lot faster than this Miami team at this point, where it's gonna be like they're just gonna outpace them on the hard points, and they're just gonna run them down. So that's why I think it's gonna be the
That was a shot
Neslo.
at Super.
No, he balled out.
You just flamed your boy, Brad. That's tough.
No. My boy is Rancor. Come on now. Watch yourself.
Brad, I already moved on Ravens for you.
Wait, what?
I moved on Ravens for
Ravens?
you over Surge in your next
Oh
match.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, 3-0. 3-0. I
would hope so. You picked that.
Yeah, I thought you were. Yeah.
We'll skip ahead to G2 Breach.
Okay.
I can't wait till
Yeah,
Surge win that and they make a run to like top 4 now somehow. They've won 4 maps, but they're gonna get 4th.
Hey,
That'd
they
be
do
disgusting.
have Tej.
They have
They
Tej.
do got Tej.
Yeah, they got Tej.
They got Gwyn.
I have G2 winning this one 3-1 over Boston. I like G2, and I think they're dare I say, a flaky team. I just think that G2 has enough momentum moving forward, whereas like Boston, I feel like they have no momentum. They're like a mid team at best, and I just think G2 is going to outclass them. I think this is going to be one of those. I think I'd be genuinely I'd be shocked in this tournament if they play a single Colossus hardpoint. But I still think it's going to be the Krempy show. I think Krempy's going to have a great tournament. So I think G2 is going to win 3-1 over Boston.
And then you got Riyadh versus Cloud9.
Falcons 3-0.
C9.
Yeah, isn't it weird how like the winners bracket we're like, oh my god, this is like there's bangers after bangers, and then like Friday's gonna come around, and we're looking at a lot of potential 3-0s. Like I feel like
Yeah.
G2 Boston has potential to be a competitive series if that's the series we get. Obviously, like whoever
Yep.
plays Miami, that one could be a very competitive series. And then like you look at the Cloud9 and Surge match, and it's like they're gonna play Surge draws Carolina or Thieves, and Cloud9 draws Falcons or Optic. So you're just like, yeah, those are probably pretty swift 3-0s. And then I think usually we get like one more match on. We get 5 matches usually on Friday. We get like one of the losers matches plays also. So like in this case, Brad, for your bracket, like either Heretics Ravens or G2 Falcons would also play. Like one more team usually gets eliminated.
Right.
Well, we'll do your losers bracket next, Brad. So you've got Miami.
Can we do winners?
You want to do winners next?
Yeah, because I already have that one listed.
Okay. Then we got Gentlemates Thieves for the first winners bracket.
So I have the mates 3-2ing 100T, or sorry, LAT. I don't know why I put 100T in my notes. But yeah, I have the Gentlemates winning 3-2. Like I said before, I think before we've always been talking about Ghosty and how this is his game and how he's playing so good. But genuinely, like when we get to LAN, like I think Neppy is gonna just take over and gonna be that star of the team.
He's one of my favorite players.
He's so good. Beans, you suck. Anyway, sorry.
Whoa. We're throwing shots at Beans again.
I was trying to do the Neppy when he was yelling at him across the stage, pointing at him.
Low key.
Look at me.
Dude, low key that that Beans like trash talk or that Neptune trash talk is Brad. If Brad was on stage, that's look at me, Beans. That would be Brad.
That's so true. That's
That would be
so
Brad.
facts, actually.
Not wrong if I talk trash at all. But yeah, I just think mates. I think this is gonna be a really close series. I think LAT is gonna kind of figure it out on LAN. I think they've kind of figured it out already. I just think the mates are gonna. I think Sib is gonna finally kind of like get comfortable. We've, in the prior matches, we've talked about how Sib just doesn't seem comfortable in where he's at right now. And obviously, it's a new team. Maybe he just doesn't deal with change very well. But I think LAN, he's gonna kind of get that mindset right. He's gonna figure it out. And I just think he's gonna be the X factor in this match. Just because like we know like what we're getting out of the 3 Ghosty, Envoy, and Neptune. But Sib has been kind of, I don't want to say a letdown, but like he's not the Slayer we've come to expect him to be, or in this game so far. And I just think that Sib is going to kind of right the ship, and I think that's going to propel the mates to a 3-2 win over LAT.
Okay. Then you got FaZe Optic.
So when I was saying Optic's going to have the juice against Riyadh, FaZe is going to deflate their balloon. I just think FaZe is playing really well right now. Simp is just on another planet. And then, like I said, Abuza, Draza, 04 all have the potential to take over a game. And I worry about Optic's slaying power. I just think genuinely at this point in time, no matter if it's a home crowd or not, I just think 04 and Simp are just going to be overpowering Huke and Shottzyy. I think their subs, I think in this match especially, FaZe's subs are just going to win them the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simp has been unbelievable this year and basically always. And like every time like Jake Maverick, our boy, likes to do like videos or his like CDL hot takes and all, I like to put in there all the time. Simp is the most talented player we've ever seen in terms of just pure talent. And like I get cooked when I say that. Like you think it's the hottest take ever, and I'm like, I don't even think it's that hot of a take. Like
I mean,
feel
he's
like
probably already top 10 all time, pretty easily.
well, I'm talking just
What, top
don't
6
even
maybe?
like cover up whatever their resume is. Like you act like you don't even know their resume. Like watching their POV,
Mhm.
like Simp is like in my opinion, I don't even think it's debatable that he's top 3 most talented players at the very least. Like,
Whoa, Karma.
well, I don't know.
I'm just,
I think talent
I was
wise he
just,
might have karma, but like
yeah,
just like you watch his POV, like Simp is just like and also like longevity, like Simp, it's a
yeah.
lot like Scump in a way of like Simp from BO4 when he technically turned pro until now. He's had some years where maybe he hasn't been as good, but like his bad is like, oh no, he might be like the 10th best player in the league this year. Like he might be like
True.
the 4th best sub this year instead of top 2. Like it's like Scump where it was like every year it was like, well, Scump for 10 years he's been a top 5 sub at the very least, if not top 3, top 2, top 1. Like Simp's
Mhm.
longevity is absurd. Simp is so good. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
he's so good. All right, Brad. We're back to losers. Miami versus Carolina. I'm moving them on.
Thank you. I have Miami in a 3-1. I think that Miami's going to take the hard point. I think their hard point prowess is going to show here. I think they're going to win the search. And then I do have Ravens taking the overload. And then it just goes back to a hard point. And I think Miami takes the hard point. I Obviously I have some bias here because Bamos. I worry about the like obviously teamwork I feel like should translate to LAN. But like other than Trakes, like this team has been here, and I really do feel like Miami has a good culture over there. Well, not the org, but the players have developed like a good culture. So it's just like I feel like that's gonna calm Trakes a little bit. I just think that they're gonna be a little bit more grounded than some of these other teams that have a little bit less experience. Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. G2 Falcons, Brad.
I wanted to pick G2
Same.
so bad here. I wanted to pick them so bad because I want them to be good and I want them to have a successful tournament. But I just have more confidence in the Falcons. Like they have 3 world champs on their team. They are in like the whole roster is just insanely talented. I have the Falcons winning a 3-2 here. Um, yeah, I feel really good about the Falcons on LAN in this major. So I have them moving forward on G2.
Okay.
Yep.
Optic versus Heretics, Brad.
What is it?
Optic versus Miami.
He's picking Miami, isn't he?
Oh, what do I do here?
Winner goes to Sunday.
Here goes to Sunday.
Miami made Sunday last year for
Dude, I
sure.
want to pick
Brad.
Miami so bad.
Do it.
This is tough. All right, shoot. I'll go Miami over Optic. Oh, this that just like tastes wrong.
That's what we
Like,
did. That's what we did last year to Brad. He was like, didn't want to pick Miami at champs. We just bullied him into picking Miami. We were like, do it,
yeah,
do it,
not
do
wrong.
it.
It's just like Optic. This is so hard because I feel like Optic, like in my gut, like Optic should win this match, but they look so bad. Like, and I do think that like either way, Huke and shottzyy are gonna outclass Trakes and Metals. Wow, that's quite a skill difference there. But no, can't give me Miami in a. Did I say 3-0 fashion? No, give me Miami in a.
He was just saying
He's all over the place.
he was literally just saying Optics more talented. They're the better team. It feels wrong to pick them.
Yeah.
Miami 3-0. Dude.
I like it, Brad.
I will say, like, I'm looking at this bracket right now. I'm pasting the teams in. I don't know how you feel about it. Maybe you feel differently, Brock. But I will say, like, looking at it, I don't think it's like insane to have Miami making this run because I do think Koi are going to lose to Gentleman. So I think it's going to be Koi and Miami, and I think it's pretty realistic. Koi or Miami, whatever one gets hot and wins that first match. I don't like the run you have them going on of beating Koi. Obviously, is a tough match, and Ravens is a tough match. And but at that point, like, it's a Heretics can beat Koi. They can beat Ravens. They can beat the current form of Optic, who doesn't look that good. Same thing if it was Koi. Koi can beat Heretics. They could beat Ravens in the next round, and then they could beat Optic. Like I don't think saying either of those teams could make it to this point. I don't think is like it's obviously a long shot because like you're talking Heretics starting losers and having to win 3 matches in a row when they're 3-4 on the year. So it's not like super likely, but I actually don't think it's as crazy as it sounds like as you say it. Like I don't think it's as crazy as it maybe looks.
Yeah.
Like
By
Heretics,
Miami, a 3-2 fashion.
like I wouldn't be completely shocked if Miami did this. Like it wouldn't be completely mind blowing. It would be surprising, but I wouldn't be like, oh, I could have never seen this coming.
Right.
Brad, your other losers match to make it to Sunday and join the top 4 is Falcons versus the LA Thieves.
By the way, I'm like writing this in my notes so that way I don't like have a different bracket when I do it later.
Whenever they finally post it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised it's not already there on the pick'ems, but
Nah.
yeah, okay.
Fair like enough. The last year too.
Brock and I have been through this so many times. We do our bracket on Monday night, and it's just never there. I have to always do this. I think actually this looks better in the video form though, so I don't mind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is where LAT's run ends. Like I said, I feel good about Riyadh. Just how they've played recently. I feel especially good with the players that they have going to LAN. I mean LAT. I'm a hater. Let's be honest. I'm a hater. But also like I really do feel good about the Falcons. So I have the Falcons winning in a I want to say 3-2. I have a lot of 3-2s.
Dude, this is kind of a fun match too, though. You get Kenny versus
it's a good match.
BZ versus Cell, Kids versus Hydra.
Yeah.
Like a lot of duos playing each other.
That is true.
Give me the Falcons 3 and LAT. I find it hard to believe that they wouldn't win a map.
3-0?
Give me a 3-1.
Dude.
Find it hard to believe that they wouldn't win a map.
You have a weird looking bracket here. You got 2 teams that were in losers round 1 ripping it to Sunday, Falcons and Heretics.
Better believe it. Yeah,
they're running the table.
Yeah, I'm just gonna copy it now. I know you're gonna pick Heretics to beat Falcons, which is your next matchup.
I actually don't.
Oh, you're picking
this
Falcons.
is where. Yeah, this is where
you might as well keep it going.
This is where Miami's run ends. I just think that inevitably the Falcons are going to be more icy. I think since it's Sunday, maybe the Falcons feel a little bit more pressure. They have cracked.
It's like I'm talking NFL, Brock. Sunday, Falcons feeling a little pressure and they're going to crack.
Oh god!
Been there.
Brock catching strays.
Happens,
I just think, who do I want to like? What is the map count? I think this is gonna be. I think this is okay. Yeah, I have Falcons winning. I'm just gonna say a 3-2 for now. That might change when I make actually my bracket, but yeah, I have the Falcons winning it.
Gentlemates phase with a trip to finals on the line.
Good match.
Really good match.
Probably. Yeah, this is an insane match.
I think they're the 2 favorites coming into this weekend, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
I
think a lot of people like the. I don't know. I don't like the common watchers. Common watchers, that doesn't sound right because that sounds so demoralizing or demeaning. But I think a lot of like the baseline, like people that watch are a lot of, like big time believers in the Ravens, and so I think they're like getting a lot of like I don't want to say maybe support. Is that the right word? But like I think a lot of. Huh?
If the Ravens win this tournament, I'm trying to like think, like what would that like? What's the equivalent? The Ravens winning this tournament would remind me a little bit of like, what would you say? Because I wonder if it's the same as what I'm thinking. What'd you say, Brock?
Oh, I didn't say. I was just saying it would be just insane, crazy if they pulled through.
I feel like the best comparison I can think of is like World War II TK in the first major of the year. Is like the thing I think of right away. It was Kenny, Chino, Theory, and Accuracy, and they were like winning all the 2Ks and 5Ks online. And everybody was kind of like, I mean, like we've seen Chino and Accuracy and Theory. Like Theory's been around forever, hasn't really won ever. A lot of second places. Kenny just came back from Halo. Like Accuracy hasn't really done too much. Chino's been around for a bit, hasn't done too much. Kind of like, like they're just winning online. Like they're onliners, and then they just ripped through the first tournament and won it all. And it was like, oh, okay, they're actually for real. Kind of a little bit United like too when they first came up. Like United with Gunless and Prestinni and Arcitys and Silly, like they were winning everything online or like dominating online and like always facing Optic in finals and IW, and then they went to like the first tournament. It was kind of like, like I mean, they're probably not that good. And I think they got second in the first tournament, but they like made it to finals basically from like open bracket, and it was like, oh my god, like United. I feel like that would be kind of like this because Carolina, it's like, yeah, they're really good online, but like, it's just online. So that's why I feel like a run
Yeah.
for them winning would be like, it'd be like, oh, they actually are really good. Like,
Right.
but Brad, back to your gentlemate's phase.
I have FaZe winning this. I'm gonna ride the pimp. Wait, that sounds weird.
Hey, yo.
Can we cut that? No,
No, leave it in.
no. I have FaZe winning this. I feel a lot more confident in the way FaZe is playing right now, and especially just like they have experience. And I think FaZe is gonna ride the momentum throughout this tournament and into the grand finals.
They're gonna ride a lot of things apparently.
Yeah, they are.
FaZe out of the finals for Brad. Then you got Gentlemates and Falcons playing for a trip to the finals to match up against FaZe. Look at his face, dude.
Neppy is not gonna break the curse in this tournament. I have the Falcons winning that one.
Wow. You have the
Falcons are going to the
Falcons.
finals.
You have them losing to, of all teams, Optic in round one and then making a run.
Yeah.
I will say, like, based on your run, it actually wasn't like the craziest, like they didn't have the hardest path. Like they beat C9, G2, which, you know, mid to low pack teams, LAT, who's a good team, Heretics, who like for facing them for top three isn't like a crazy team. They're starting in losers bracket. And then Gentlemates are obviously very good. So they get like these and Gentlemates, which are tough matches, but their other three in this case wouldn't be that bad. But you've got Falcons making a run all the way to the finals, play against FaZe, Celium versus Simp, and Draza.
Yeah. We were talking about first time chips.
Well, there is a first time chip either way.
I know, first time chips, and Exon is one of them, but he's not going to get it done. I have the FaZe winning it.
You got FaZe. So we did have three different results in terms of tournament winners. Which again, this is the first tournament where normally, I mean, maybe not the first. I'd say usually if we were to pick three teams, I'd say there's like a 99% chance one of us was right. Three different teams for like last year and stuff. Like, because I mean, everybody's picking FaZe and Thieves basically for every event for the majors last year, and then Champs would be the only one maybe you get wrong because Optic was kind of a surprise. But like usually, I'd say if we pick three different teams, one of us is probably right, like almost guaranteed. This is a tournament where I could very easily see like a Optic or a Carolina maybe, or even a Koi. Like I think we probably picked. You guys for sure picked two favorites. And I think Thieves are probably somewhere in the top four in terms of favorites too, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
I would think so.
Like I think Gentlemates is probably favorites. I think FaZe is probably second. And then I think, what do you think after that? I think I actually would say Thieves, just because I think like Optic isn't playing super well. Thieves is playing slightly better than Optic right now. Carolina, it's a little tough to put them over Thieves just because of the inexperience. And then Koi is kind of struggling a little bit right now. G2, I don't know. You can't really put them. And then the losers bracket teams are hard to put because they have to be perfect. So I don't know. I kind of feel like it's Thieves probably third, and then like Carolina, Optic, Falcons, the next three somewhere in that order.
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
But I think after the top two, it just becomes a jumble. Like after FaZe and Gentlemates, it becomes just a jumble of whatever team is hot between those like next four teams.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Quickly, your losers bracket team starting in losers between Heretics, Surge, Breach, and Cloud9, who you think has the best chance to make a run. I think Brad showed us. He believes it's Heretics. Brock, who do you think?
I also think it's Miami Heretics. Out of those teams.
I mentioned it earlier. I think Miami is the best team by far. I think the best chance to make a run is Boston. And I'm a Boston hater typically, but I think their path of playing potentially G2, maybe the worst team in winners, And then if they win, probably playing Falcons or an Optic team who's struggling, I think are winnable matches for Boston. And then they would probably play like a LA Thieves, who they have their number a lot of times in LAN tournaments. But like, I could see Boston making like if like beating G2 and then beating a struggling Optic. Like I could see a world where
Yep.
Boston wins a couple matches. I don't think they're gonna do it, but like I don't think it's shocking if we see Boston get like a top 6. I think
Yeah.
actually making a Sunday, I do think it's Miami. I think they have a tough path, but I think they could rip off like 3 wins in a row and make it to Sunday. Um, Tournament MVP, obviously, like Brock would pick somebody from Gentlemates, Brad from FaZe, and me from Thieves. Who do you have, Brock? Tournament MVP, Gentlemates winning.
Ghosty.
Ghosty? I thought you were gonna take Neptune.
That's what I was thinking.
I want to take Envoy. He's so typical.
Yeah, Envoy. He's probably gonna have a lot of big moments if they win the tournament. Brad.
Yeah. I think I would say Ghosty though for
Okay.
me.
Brad. FaZe.
I mean, how can you not say simp, right?
Yeah, it's
I
hard not
mean,
to.
yeah,
The
the guy
pimp?
just comes up in big moments, and if they're gonna win the tournament, he's gonna have to shine in those big moments.
Abuza. Yeah. I think
Booza.
it's
Don't
gonna be
forget
tough for
about
anybody.
Booza.
I think it's gonna be tough because like 04, just his play style doesn't generate like crazy stats. Like he's gonna be around a 1 a lot of times, and usually like whoever has the best KD in the team, not always, but a lot of times wins MVP. And 04's
Yeah.
play style just doesn't lend to him. Like 04's awesome hardpoint, like looks like 35 and 35, just setting pace. Like he has
Yeah.
pop off maps, or like sometimes 04 is really good maps. He goes 28 and 30, but like the pressure he put on the other team, like that's why we always say KD is you just don't stare at KD, because like 04 could have a 25 and 30 map compared to another player who has a 33 and 25 map, but 04's 25 and 30 was way more impactful because he was just applying pressure, dealing a bunch of damage. He got a bunch of assists because he went in first, made 2 guys weak, and then Sim cleaned him up. Like, so 04 is tough to get it. Draws the same thing. He just plays such a fast play style. As a flex, it's hard for him to put up like crazy numbers. So it feels like a Booza or Simp. I mean, they're number
Yeah.
1 and 2 in KD. It feels like they probably get the MVP.
Yeah.
For the side of Thieves, I think it's Scrap MVP. I think Scrap wins the MVP. I wanted to lean towards like one of the subs. I was kind of initially thinking Hydra and BZ, but I just think like if LA Thieves win, Scrap's probably dropping a 1.2. Like I think if LA Thieves was to win this tournament, the KDs probably go something like a Scrap 1.2. I think Hydra a 1.12. I think BZ's like at a 1.04, and I think Kenny's around like a 0.97. I think something like that like is how they win the
Yeah.
tournament. Like Kenny's a little bit below 1, doing the dirty work. BZ's close to a 1. Engagements everywhere. Hydra and Scrap kind of just like leading in the slaying category. In a perfect world, that's how this team is built to win.
Mhm.
Kenny dirty work, a BZ in your face, and Hydra and Scrap picking up all the kills. I am very, very, very excited. We kind of went long on this one, but that's how these episodes are, the predictions ones. I'm very excited for this tournament. Probably I don't know if you guys agree on it, but probably one of the more unpredictable tournaments it feels like in a while.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Like it matches everywhere that just like we all, funny enough, I 100% guarantee you we're wrong in our winners bracket, because usually always one team you just completely do not expect to wins, and there's no way the 3 of us all pick the same 4 teams to winners and it's going to be right. We're guaranteed one of those matches we got wrong, and watch, it'll probably be G2 will beat FaZe or something. Like one of those
Never
matches
know.
we're guaranteed wrong, or watch Boy, Ravens, G2, and Falcons will all win, and we'll just be completely
Yeah.
wrong in our winners bracket.
Like, whoop.
But it is
So
funny.
cruised.
I think it's so funny that we said it's like the most unpredictable tournament, the craziest tournament, and it's like the first time ever we all had the same winners bracket teams winning. It's kind of funny.
That's because
Yeah.
Miami wasn't in the winners bracket.
Yeah, it's true. You would have picked them no matter what. I do think though, like I think every match on Thursday is awesome potential. Like Gentlemates Koi banger, Carolina Thieves banger. I think FaZe G2 has a lot of potential too. Even though people might point that one out as like the worst match, I think that could be a great match. I mean, we just saw G2 beat FaZe like less than 2
Yeah.
weeks ago. And then Falcons Optic banger. Like going to losers bracket matches are always bangers just because it's like tournament life on the line. So it's just an intense match. Like, I'm really looking forward to the matches this weekend.
Same.
That's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on the audio platforms, drop a follow, drop a 5-star review. I wanted to potentially watch party this week, and I don't know if we're going to be able to. Maybe Sunday. I'm not 100% sure. There could be a stream this weekend of us watch partying, but don't like write it down. It's not 100% sure, but that could be something we do. It depends. But really looking forward to watching the tournament this weekend. So hope you guys all enjoy the tournament. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next week when we talk about whoever the hell wins this damn thing.